Hello, thanks for tuning in to another King by the King Media TV, Mouthpiece Sports. Today we're going to be talking about this brand new um, uh, platform we have called the Trump uh, Musk presidency. Basically, it's the most dangerous. We're talking about the most dangerous combat sport in the world, which is American politics. This is five number two, but we're also going to be talking a little bit about boxing. We had a Keith one time Thurman came out of retirement yesterday and to a victory in Sydney, Australia, I believe it was, where he garnered a victory over a vulnerable fighter by the name of Brock Jarvis. It was a third round TKO with a minute and three left in the round. Keith one time Thurman garnered the victory over Brock Jarvis in Sydney, Australia. So that's what's the update on the boxing platform. And now we're going to go talk about a little bit of politics, which is normal. I don't normally do as far as politics, but I thought this was going to be something that might be interesting to the viewers. Most people who follow politics may know a lot more than the average person in America, because most people don't know that much about politics. And so we're going to delve a little bit into politics in today's podcast. And of course, we're going to get into what this whole thing about tariffs is, because right now we have our president, Donald J. Trump, talking about doing a lot of tariffs on these different countries. And we all think that, oh, yeah, these countries are going to have to pay us a lot of money because all these tariffs are against them, like such as Canada, our greatest ally, or used to be, Mexico, and some other countries that are going to be, I guess, levied these tariffs. But there's some interesting conversation about these tariffs. And so we're going to talk about some of these things. But first, let's go and to an expert on tariffs.
Do you think he has a good faith belief that this will lead to the best outcomes for the American people?
I think that given what I gather from what he says, I don't know how to say this politely. He doesn't understand the economics real well. The things he said are things which an undergraduate after maybe 3 weeks wouldn't say.
Wow.
I'll give you an example. Tariffs. He keeps saying, and he said it before, the tariffs, I'm going to get China with these tariffs. Tariffs are paid by Americans to the American government. Tariffs are a tax. They just have it's a tax on imports to which we have given historically a particular name, tariff. But it's a tax. And people ought to wonder, the anti-tax party, the Republicans, are the big gung-ho for a tax. Something has changed. He keeps thinking that he can hit other countries with a tariff. No, you hit us with the tariff. We have to pay it. It means we will have to pay more for everything you attach a tariff to.
And they can retaliate with their own tariff.
Of course.
Which is another piece of this is consumer protections. Trump has deregulated.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone.
So consumers may pay more, but I'm also hearing you say they also may be less protected from.
They are less protected.
What does that look like?
There's a listeria epidemic going through old age homes here in the United States. Really serious. Killing you. I mean, it's not just hurting people getting sick. It's killing old people in nursing homes. Mm. Okay, that's why we have regulation. You teach a course in regulation, you understand if you do it properly.
Yeah, so it's obvious that these tariffs will affect most Americans' pocketbooks, and most Americans who voted for Donald Trump because on day one he was going to alleviate this price on these products that we have in the United States. And day one. So these are the things that he's now talking about, which is going to cost Americans more money. And there was an expert there that was going to explain the tariff situation that we think, or we oftentimes think that these countries are going to, these other countries, these foreign countries are going to be putting money in the pockets of the American people, when it will be the American people who will be taxed for these tariffs. So that's been reported on several outlets, and but there's still this thing about Donald Trump talking about these tariffs. So these are things that we need to be very clear that this is going to cost the American people more money. And another thing, I went to the store the other day and discovered that the price of eggs is $8 for a dozen eggs. And I was telling someone that, hey, look, you know what? The price of eggs is crazy. $8 for a dozen eggs. And the guy said to me, yeah, well, it's been reported that they killed a lot of chickens. Really? Some of this stuff that you hear of is absolutely mind-boggling, especially if you don't pay attention to where the money is going. And this is what this whole thing is about. We're supposed to be paying attention. This is one thing about this situation, that if you pay attention to where the money is going, if you follow the money, then you understand where this situation, this stuff is coming from. So that's all we need to do. We need to actually follow the money, keep our eye on the prize, and we will not be bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led astray. And that's very, very important, because today we're definitely, obviously, the United States, we definitely have some issues going on here in the United States that need to be addressed. And I guess sooner or later, based on what's going on, the climate of today's situation is getting kind of crazy. But let's address some of this other stuff that we've been hearing about regarding Elon Musk.
Why were hundreds of millions of dollars of Small Business Administration loans were given out to people aged 11 and under, according to the Social Security? I mean, like, these must be some very enterprising 8-year-olds,
And some pretty strong 150-year-olds.
Yes. Exactly. As the president said, we have an enormous number of people marked as alive who are 160. He didn't know the country was that healthy.
I love Larry. I've known Larry for a long time, and if that offends you that I like Larry Kudlow, despite his politics, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But Larry just sat there, and he let Elon Musk lie. And then Larry's interview was replayed on another show, and Larry replays it, and the response to that is, wow.
Really select sections.
When they know that it's a lie. So a report from the Social Security Administration in 2023 showed that 18.9 million people were listed as 100 years or older, but not dead in the database. And the reason why is because it's automated and some of their dates of death didn't show up, but almost none received any payments. Additionally, 2 weeks ago, Donald Trump's own acting Social Security commissioner, said there's no epidemic of people listed as 150 years or older who are collecting benefits. In fact, get this. Right now, according to the 2020 Census Bureau, there are about 80,000 Americans alive over the age of 100 out of 330 million. Sounds about right. 80,000 people. 80,000. Of those 80,000, only 44,000 are getting Social Security checks. So they're sitting there going 20 million, 30 million, over. They know it's a lie. They know that the automated system just hasn't put the date of death on some people there. They know that not only are they not paying more people money, but they know that only about 50% of Americans who are over the age of 100 are even receiving Social Security checks. And yet, we see Elon Musk lie about it. We see Larry sit there and let him lie about it. We see Larry go on another show talking about it. We see the host of that show not correcting Larry. And it goes on and on.
So we definitely got, that's the funny part about this whole thing. We definitely got a lot of different views and on how this thing is playing out. And of course, I'm neutral to the whole situation. I want everyone who may see this to understand I am very neutral. I'm very, very concerned at the same time as far as this political jargon back and forth jousting goes, because I understand that the situation is it never has changed. When you follow the money, you understand what is going on. You understand the players involved, and this particular situation is not even it's not even hidden. It's out in front. There's a few smoke and mirrors, of course, but the majority of this whole thing is Donald Trump going into office definitely said that he wanted to become a dictator, and he wanted to have unfiltered control, and so he put in his cabinet all yes men and women, and so it's not something that's not clear as to the agenda moving forward. And that's what I find powerfully intriguing, that, with all this smoke and mirrors and understanding, look, we need to follow the money. And of course, anytime you have a businessman that says, I'm going to invest in your campaign, I'm willing to give $100 million to all the people who we need to put in place, 200 million to you, 100 million to everybody else. There's always going to be a return on their investment. And Elon Musk is definitely looking toward a return on investment. Where Elon is a little bit different, he comes right out and lets you know, hey, look, I'm in this. I've invested in this. I'm looking forward to getting, all I can out this deal. And, he's, it's not the way it used to be where, you never knew who the players were. It's definitely letting you know all the players involved, what they intend to do and how they intend to do it. You can think, well, there's a lot of things that you can't do under a democratic society, but that won't work unless you decide to do something about it and put people in office who will, cater to the American people's agenda, which is definitely to drive the prices of things down without corruption, or at least as little corruption as possible. Because we know that anytime you're not, there's no oversight on what you do or what, a person is able to do, that there's probably going to be some corruption involved when it comes to millions and billions and trillions of dollars. So that's one thing about this whole situation that we do know and should be clearly understood. And so these are the things that, once again, we need to take a look at, or at least I'm very interested in it. Personally, I'm interested in it, but I had to take do a little deep dive in this to try to understand what was going on. So I said there's got to be something down here about Musk and what's happening. So here's what I discovered regarding what's going on with Musk and this whole Musk watch, Doge tracker type of situation, whatever you want to call it. But there's definitely some, receipts, as they call it. So let's go through the receipts real quick. Before we do, want to give a shout out to our sponsor, which is Add My Name, advertising and marketing, where they teach and preach, making money while you sleep. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give a like, and comment if you'd like to, participate in the show. And also, once again, I'm a sponsor of Add My Name, spokesperson, that is, I should say, Add My Name.
Hello, everybody. This is Ted King, trying to talk to you about your money matters. Yes, I understand that times are rough and things are tough, and you're trying to make ends meet. Well, if you're endeavoring to open up a new business, you need to call us at addmy.name or give us a call at 916-712-8427. And let us talk to you about your money woes. I mean, if you're trying to make money. If you're just trying to make a living, a job or whatever, just over broke, that's fine too. Well, we can talk to you about that as well. But what we're trying to do is keep that heat off of you. It gets hot. Tell you, it gets real hot when the bills are due and you can't pay them. Oh my goodness, it gets hot. We're trying to give you a little relief. You know what I'm talking about? So give us a call at 916-712-8427. Add my name.
All right. So yeah, this situation with the Musk and the receipts, we're going to take a look at that and see exactly what this whole thing is about. I mean, I am very curious I was very curious as to what exactly is going on. So I had to do a little, dig in, do a little information on what's happening with this Musk situation. And here it says watch Doge tracker allow. Okay. It says watch Doge tracker allows anyone to easily cut through the spin about Doge and see how much savings can be verified. It also allows the public to go deeper and see what is being cut and who is being impacted. It will be updated weekly. So we have the Must Watches Doge tracker. And it first starts out number one, Doge claimed total savings, 105 billion. This is just the number at the top of Doge website. It is the number used by Musk and Trump in media appearances and too often is uncritically repeated in the media. As of March 12th, Doge claims 105 billion in savings, in total savings. There is no relationship between this number and the actual data on the rest of the website. Two, Doge itemized savings of 29.9 billion. This includes the total amount of claimed savings where Doge provides any itemization, whether the information is accurate or verifiable. It currently includes around 14.5 billion in grants where the only information provided is the federal department of the dollar amount. The lack of information means these savings cannot be verified. So we got a little bit of problems here. Okay, this category also includes the claimed savings of all council contracts, even though these savings are frequently inflated. Details on how Doge inflates the value of council contracts in the next section. The total claim savings from contracts is about 14.9 billion. Doge itemized savings also included 468 million in claimed real estate savings from council leases. Wow, okay. The total Doge estimated savings is currently 29.9 billion. All right, so we're getting these inflated numbers of savings. However, it says verifiable council funding, 8.6 billion. This includes the amount of savings that can be verified based on the information provided by Doge. Most verifiable council funding comes from council contracts, but Musk Watch has determined the actual potential savings rather than the inflated values provided by Doge. Here is how it works. This is what we want to see, right? How it works. For each contract, there are three key features: the obligated amount, the current award amount, and the potential award amount. The obligated amount is the amount the agency has obligated itself to spend. Doge calculates the savings by taking the potential award amount and subtracting the obligated amount. The potential award amount is the value of the contract if all options, renewals, extensions, and expansions of the contract are exercised. All right, so the current award amount is a better way of determining what the government has committed to a contract. Jacob Lobenleft, the former executive associate director of the Office of Management and Budget, told Musk Watch, by using potential award amount instead, Lobenleft explained, Doge is taking credit of saving money that the government was not required to spend and might never have been spent under any administration. So it's basically saying that this money may have never been spent, but may be there. Musk Watch calculates the savings by taking the current award amount and subtracting the obligated amount. This results in a significantly lower estimation of savings. Here is an example of an EPA contract with Aetna Incorporated and was canceled by Doge. Okay, so obviously there was a contract in place, but was then canceled. We got 28.3 million outlaid amount, 64.7 million obligated amount, 70.1 million current award amount, and the potential award amount would have been $134 million. Okay, those takes the potential amount of 134 million and subtracts the obligated amount of 24.7 million and calculates a total savings of 29.3 million. Musk Watch substitutes the current award amount, the actual value of the contract, and finds a more realistic savings of 5.4 million. This more accurate methodology reduces the total savings from the 83 contracts canceled by Doge from 14.9 billion to 8.1 billion. The Musk Watch Doge tracker also includes real estate savings in the category, since Doge does provide specific addresses, even though the real estate savings are also somewhat inflated. A Washington Post analyst found that many of the savings were calculated by assuming that those leases would otherwise have continued for another 5 years, even though many were scheduled to expire within the next 2 years. The total verifiable council funding, as calculated by Must Watch Doge Tracker, is currently $8.6 billion. This means the top line claim of saving by Doge $105 billion overstates the verifiable savings by 92%. So they're saying it's an overinflated savings report. Basically, is what it's saying, by 92%. So therefore, you got to subtract the 92% of inflation overstated verifiable savings, and just say that it was only 8% of what they're saying. They're reporting 92%, so there's 8%. It was overly inflated by 92%. So that leaves us 88% of what the realistic savings would have been. Very small amount. Other notes and caveats: even the verifiable council funding is determined by Must Watch Doge Tracker may still overstate the real savings to taxpayers. Anyway, so we're going to stop right there because, we don't have a short. It's very, 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 basically they're just saying it pretty much noted that they've been overinflated by 92%. Therefore, we're not being told the full story, and therefore, a lot of these things is just speculation as far as this waste, fraud, and deceit that they've been talking about. And so, that's what we reported there. But then, we're going to wait and see because we got a long, but we're just not starting in this 4-year adventure. So we are definitely going to have a lot of time to, kick back and hang on, and hopefully everything will work out. Because, once again, this thing is very confusing to a lot of American people, and in my neighborhood, very, 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 very confusing. And that way, we can at least see, at least come to some kind of understanding that thus far, this savings has been over inflated by 92%. And so this waste, fraud, and abuse is not really what they say it is. And so we did a quick show today, but that's what we got for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to, when you watch this, it'll be probably on it's going to be recorded, so you'll be able to see this. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification icon bell if you're watching on YouTube. And we appreciate you. Until the next one, this is Ted King. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.